I never thought a simple hiking trip could shatter my world, but when my brother's best friend, Cole, invited me to conquer the rugged trails of the Rocky Mountains, everything changed in ways I couldn't imagine. As we laced up our boots that crisp Colorado morning, his easy smile hid secrets that would soon unravel us both. By the time we reached the summit, I was falling. Not just for the view, but for him. And that's when the Real adventure turned into a nightmare of choices and betrayals. My name is Jordan Hayes, a 22-year-old college dropout trying to figure out life in the suburbs of Denver. My older brother, Mike, was the golden child. Star quarterback in high school, now a successful engineer with a picture-perfect family. Cole Thompson had been Mike's shadow since middle school. Tall, broad-shouldered, with that effortless charm that made everyone like him. They bonded over football games and late-night barbecues, and I'd always been the tag-along kid brother, invisible in their world. But last summer, after I came out to my family during a tense Thanksgiving dinner, things shifted. Mike was supportive in his gruff way, but our conservative parents? They pretended it never happened, sweeping it under the rug like dust on their pristine living room floor. Cole, though, surprised me. A few months later, he texted out of the blue. "Hey Jord, heard you're into hiking now. Wanna hit the trails this weekend?" Mike's busy with the kids. I stared at my phone, heart pounding. Cole was straight, or so I thought, the kind of guy who dated cheerleaders in high school and now had a steady girlfriend named Sarah. But there was something in his eyes during family gatherings, a lingering gaze that made me wonder. I agreed, packing my bag with more excitement than I'd felt in years. We met at the trailhead of Mount Evans, the air thin and invigorating at over 14,000 feet. Cole clapped me on the back, his hand warm through my jacket. "Ready to leave the city behind, kid?" He teased, though at 25, he wasn't much older. As we started the ascent, the path wound through pine forests, the sun filtering through branches like golden threads. Conversation flowed easily, about my failed attempt at art school, his frustrations with his corporate job. "Life's too short for cubicles," he said, pausing to drink from his water bottle. "That's why I drag Mike out here when I can. Clears the head." By midday, we'd reached a meadow bursting with wildflowers, the Rockies stretching endlessly before us. We sat on a boulder, sharing sandwiches, and that's when it happened. Cole turned to me, his blue eyes intense. "Jordan, about what you said at Thanksgiving. I'm proud of you. Takes guts." His words hung in the air, and I felt a spark, a connection I'd never dared to name. As we continued hiking, he shared stories of his own doubts. Pressure from his religious family to settle down, the weight of expectations. "Sometimes I feel trapped," he confessed, his voice low. The trail grew steeper, mirroring the rising tension between us. That night, we camped under a starlit sky, the fire crackling between our tents. Cole poked at the embers, his face illuminated. "You know, I've always admired how you just are yourself." His hand brushed mine as he passed a marshmallow, and time stopped. In that moment, amid the whispering winds, our fingers intertwined. It wasn't planned. It was inevitable. We talked until dawn, sharing dreams and fears, and when he leaned in, his lips meeting mine softly, it felt like the mountains themselves approved. But as the sun rose, doubt crept in. What about Sarah? What about Mike? This was just the beginning of a storm I couldn't see coming. The next day we pushed higher, the air growing colder, our breaths visible. Cole seemed lighter, joking about conquering peaks together. But I sensed hesitation. Back in Denver, life resumed. But our texts turned flirtatious, stolen moments in coffee shops where he'd squeeze my knee under the table. Mike noticed nothing, too wrapped up in his world. Then came the invitation. A weekend getaway to Aspen, just us. "Brother's orders," Cole lied with a wink. My heart raced as we drove through snow-dusted passes, the radio playing soft indie tunes. In Aspen, we rented a cabin, the kind with a hot tub overlooking the slopes. Over dinner, steak and wine, Cole opened up more. "Sarah and I, it's complicated. She's great, but it feels like going through the motions." His confession hit like avalanche snow. He'd been questioning his sexuality for years, suppressing it for his family's sake. His parents were devout Christians, pillars of their church community, and coming out would mean losing everything: inheritance, social standing. "But with you, Jordan, it's real," he said, pulling me close. We spent the night in each other's arms, not crossing lines into the explicit, but the emotional intimacy was profound, a vulnerability I'd never known. Back home, cracks appeared. Mike invited us to a family barbecue, and Cole arrived with Sarah on his arm, laughing like nothing had changed. I watched from the sidelines, jealousy burning. Later, in the garage, he cornered me. "I have to keep up appearances," he whispered. "For now." But "for now" stretched into weeks. I confronted him during a late-night drive. "Are you ashamed of me? Of us?" He gripped the wheel, tears in his eyes. "It's not that simple. My job, my friends, they're all tied to this straight life." Society's shadows loomed large. In our progressive bubble of Denver, being gay was accepted. But Cole's world was different. Small-town roots in rural Colorado, where rainbow flags were rare and slurs common. He feared backlash, job loss in his conservative firm. Our relationship became a secret dance. Hidden hikes, coded messages. One night, after a heated argument, he admitted, "I love you, Jordan, but I can't blow up my life." The words stung, forcing me to question if love was worth the pain. As fall turned to winter, tension built. Mike sensed something off, pulling me aside. "You and Cole seem close lately. Anything I should know?" I dodged, but guilt gnawed. Then the bombshell. Sarah proposed marriage during a romantic dinner, and Cole said yes. He told me over coffee, his face ashen. "It's expected, but it doesn't change us." Fury exploded. "How can it not? You're choosing a lie over me." We fought in the mountains again, the same trails where it began. Snow fell softly as I yelled, "You're a coward, hiding behind societal norms." He countered, "And you're naive. Not everyone has a supportive brother like Mike. My family would disown me." The argument escalated, echoes bouncing off rocks. In the heat, he revealed more. He'd experimented in college, but buried it deep. Now, with me, it resurfaced, terrifying him. That night, in a roadside motel, we reconciled tearfully. "Give me time," he begged. I agreed, but doubt seeded. Back in Denver, whispers started, friends questioning Cole's late nights. Society's judgment hovered. Was our love valid if it destroyed lives? The drama intensified when Mike confronted Cole about weird vibes with me. Cole denied everything, but the lie cracked our bond. The engagement party was a glittering affair at Cole's parents' house in Colorado Springs, a bastion of traditional values. I attended as Mike's +1, forcing smiles while Sarah flaunted her ring. Cole avoided my eyes, but later, in the garden, he pulled me behind a hedge. "This is killing me," he murmured, his hand on my arm. "But I have to play the part." Anger flared. "Play the part? I'm not a role, Cole. I'm real." He promised change, but promises felt hollow. Days blurred into secret meetings, each laced with desperation. We'd drive to remote trails in the Front Range, where nature shielded us. One hike in Boulder, amid red rock formations, he broke down. "My dad's pressuring me to join the family business. If I come out, it's over." His father was a prominent local businessman, anti-LGBTQ sentiments voiced at church meetings. Cole's internal conflict mirrored society's divide. Progressive cities versus conservative heartlands. I pushed back, sharing stories of my own struggles. Bullying in school, parents' silent disapproval. "We can fight it together," I urged. But Cole wavered, torn between love and legacy. Then came the turning point. A viral social media post from a mutual friend, hinting at closeted drama in our circle. Panic set in. Cole ghosted me for a week, only to reappear frantic. "We have to stop. It's too risky." Hurt turned to determination. I confided in Mike, testing waters. "What if someone close was gay and hiding?" Mike shrugged. "As long as they're happy." "Why?" I chickened out, but his words gave hope. Meanwhile, Cole's wedding plans accelerated, invitations sent. Society's expectations crushed him. Friends toasting his perfect life, family beaming. Our next encounter was explosive. In a Denver park under autumn leaves, I demanded truth. Do you love her or me? He hesitated. Both in different ways. But marriage is security. The admission sparked debate. Was bisexuality an excuse or genuine? I accused him of using me as an escape. He countered I was pressuring him into a label. Emotions ran high, tears mixing with rain. Reconciliation came on another mountain adventure, this time, Pikes Peak. We drove up the winding road, tension thick. At the summit, 14,115 feet up, views endless, Cole confessed fully. I think I'm gay, Jordan, but admitting it means losing everything. Family, friends, job. Wind howled as I held him. You gain freedom, but freedom's price was steep. Back down, reality hit. Sarah suspected something, confronting Cole about distant behavior. He lied, but guilt consumed him. I suggested therapy, but he refused, fearing exposure. Society's stigma loomed. In 2026 America, LGBTQ rights advanced, but pockets of intolerance persisted, especially in red states. The drama peaked at a family ski trip in Vail. Mike's family, Cole, Sarah, and I shared a lodge. Tensions simmered. One night, after drinks, Sarah and I talked alone. Cole seems off. Any idea? Her innocence pierced me. I deflected, but ethics warred. Tell her, or protect him. Later, Cole and I snuck to the hot tub. I can't marry her, he whispered. Hope surged, but he added, but I can't be with you either. Too much fallout. Heartbreak hit. So what? Live a lie forever. He nodded, defeated. The choice. Personal happiness versus societal conformity. As winter deepened, I distanced myself, focusing on art classes. Cole called constantly, mixed signals. One call. I broke it off with Sarah. Shock. Why? For you. For us. Joy mixed with fear. But his family reacted badly, disownment threats, church intervention. Mike found out accidentally, walking in on a heated phone call. You and Cole? What the hell? Betrayal etched his face. He's my best friend. The confrontation was raw. Mike accused me of seduction, Cole of dishonesty. Family bonds strained. Society's judgment amplified through gossip. We navigated fallout. Cole moved in temporarily, our relationship public in small circles. But challenges mounted. Job discrimination hints, friends drifting. One night, over dinner, he said, was it worth it? The question hung, echoing our struggles. Public scrutiny intensified. Cole's firm, a conservative engineering company, whispered about his lifestyle change. Colleagues distanced, projects reassigned. It's subtle discrimination, he vented. I supported him, but resentment built. Why couldn't he fight harder? Society's double standards glared. Straight affairs forgiven, gay love scandalized. Mike's reaction evolved from anger to uneasy acceptance. I love you both. But this messes everything up. Family dinners turned awkward, parents avoiding the topic. Cole's folks cut ties completely, calling it a phase influenced by liberal Denver. The divide highlighted America's cultural wars. Urban tolerance versus rural tradition. We sought solace in the mountains, hiking Yosemite on a whim, flying to California for fresh air. Amid sequoias, Cole proposed commitment. Let's make this official. Boyfriends. Elation, but reality intruded. Legal protections varied, marriage equality secure, but societal acceptance spotty. Back home, controversy brewed. A local news story on rising LGBTQ visibility in conservative areas featured anonymous quotes mirroring Cole's story. Paranoia set in. Then, Sarah reached out, heartbroken. You stole him. I empathized, but defended. He chose truth. The exchange sparked ethical debate. Was outing oneself betrayal to others? Tensions escalated when Cole's ex-colleague outed him online. A vicious post on social media. Beware the closet cases in suits. Hate comments flooded. Slurs, threats. We reported, but damage done. Cole spiraled, questioning everything. Maybe I should have stayed hidden. I countered. Hiding kills the soul. Support came unexpectedly. Mike organized an intervention, gathering friends. We're with you. But not all, some ghosted. Society's hypocrisy. Celebrating diversity in media, shunning in reality. Our relationship deepened amid chaos. Late nights discussing futures. Move to San Francisco? Start anew? But ties bound us. Mike's family, my art community. One hike in the San Juan Mountains, avalanches metaphor for our lives. We dodged disasters, Cole joked, but fear lingered. The high drama came at a church event Cole's parents invited him to, hoping reconciliation. He went alone, returning shattered. They want me to repent, see a counselor. Conversion therapy undertones outraged me. That's abuse, we argued. Confront them or cut off. Cole chose distance, but grief consumed. I pushed for activism, join local LGBTQ groups. He resisted initially, fearing more exposure. But at a Denver Pride event incognito, he saw community strength. Maybe I can do this. Shift happened. He quit his job, pursued freelance engineering. Yet betrayal loomed. I discovered old texts, Cole flirting with another guy during our early days. It was confusion, he explained. Trust fractured. How do I know you're committed? The argument raged in our apartment, voices echoing. Reconciliation required work, couples counseling, honest talks. Society's pressure amplified doubts. Media stories of failed gay relationships. But we persevered, love tested. As spring bloomed, hope returned. Cole reconciled partially with Mike, barbecues resuming awkwardly. But parents remained distant. The story's core conflict. Individual choice versus collective expectation. Summer brought renewal and more trials. We planned a cross-country road trip, escaping Colorado's judgmental eyes. Driving through Utah's canyons, conversations turned deep. Do you regret us? I asked. Cole squeezed my hand. Never. But the cost. National parks became therapy. Zion's red cliffs mirroring our passion. Bryce's hoodoos our oddities. En route, we faced real-world prejudice. In a small Arizona town, a diner owner refused service, muttering about types like you. Cole stood firm. We're just eating. The incident sparked fury, reported to advocacy groups. Society's underbelly exposed. Progress uneven. In Las Vegas, temptation struck. Cole reconnected with a college fling, a guy now openly gay. Jealousy flared when they met for drinks. Just friends, he assured, but seeds of doubt grew. Back on the road, confrontation. Are you sure about me? He affirmed, but vulnerability showed. California welcomed us. San Francisco's vibrancy a bomb. We attended pride parades, Cole's first openly. This is freedom, he beamed. But calls from home intruded. Mike warning of parents' health issues, guilting Cole. The climax built upon return. Cole's father suffered a heart attack, summoning him. At the hospital confrontation, your choices did this, his mother accused. Cole defended, my happiness isn't a sin. The scene was dramatic, tears and shouts in sterile halls. I waited outside, heart pounding. Cole emerged broken. They want me to end it with you for family peace. Ultimatum, love or blood. He wavered, the choice agonizing. I can't lose them too. Days of turmoil followed. We hiked one last time to Long's Peak, the toughest yet. Ascending, metaphors abounded. Steep climbs like our struggles. At the keyhole, wind battering, Cole decided. I choose us, but I need space to grieve. Space turned to separation. He moved out temporarily, crashing with Mike. Loneliness hit hard. I questioned, was pushing him wrong? Society's role in fracturing families? Reunion came unexpectedly. Mike mediated a meeting. You two belong together. Fight for it. Cole apologized. I was scared, but life's too short. We recommitted, stronger. Yet, twists remained. Sarah reappeared, pregnant, claiming Cole as father from before our affair. Shockwave, It's possible, he admitted. Paternity test loomed, ethics tangled. Was it entrapment or fate? Results, not his. Relief but damage done, trust tested again. Society judged. Online forums debated gay men and past straight lives. Through it, our bond endured, forged in fire. With the paternity scare behind us, we rebuilt deliberately. Cole pursued therapy, addressing internalized homophobia. I focused on my art, painting mountain scenes infused with our story, symbolic peaks and valleys. Denver's LGBTQ community embraced us, offering support groups where we shared experiences. Mike became an ally, educating our parents. Slow progress. Awkward dinners where topics skirted, but presence spoke volumes. Cole's family remained estranged, a wound that scarred but didn't define. We moved in together, a cozy apartment overlooking the Rockies. Daily life normalized. Hikes, movie nights, quiet affirmations. But society's echoes persisted. News of anti-LGBTQ legislation in other states reminded us of fragility. One final adventure sealed our path. Backpacking the Appalachian Trail section in the east, symbolizing new beginnings. Amid lush forests, Cole proposed not marriage yet, but partnership. Forever on our terms. Acceptance washed over me. Back home, integration deepened. Cole started a blog anonymously, sharing stories of coming out in conservative worlds. It sparked debates. Readers argued pros/cons of secrecy versus authenticity. Our story's legacy. Friendships mended, some lost. Mike's kids called us uncles. A small victory. As years hinted at passing, we reflected on the journey, from that first hike to now. Love triumphed, but at what cost? Families divided, careers shifted, hearts mended piecemeal. In the end, was Cole right to hide his truth initially, protecting those around him, or was honesty always the better path, no matter the fallout?